Hey everybody, it's AJ, Bob and AJ's Archery World. You've seen on our Facebook page in the last probably week and a half, we had a bunch of beast broadheads come in. And I did say I was going to do a review, so here it is. So since these have come in, I've shot this particular broadhead every single day. I don't know if I have 30 shots on it or 40 shots. This broadhead is actually still sharp. It operates flawlessly, which I've never seen happen on an expandable head. So what I mean by that, this still functions perfectly. So it is spring loaded with this fancy spring in here that supposedly is made at the Lamborghini factory. I'm not real sure. If you go on Bomar's Instagram, there's a lot of information. And yes, we are a dealer for these, but I don't get somebody on the phone when I call there. So a lot of what I'm telling you right now is I had to figure out on my own. Comes with these little fancy gloves, finger savers that helps you lock the blades in. You can do it without these, which I actually kind of just learned yesterday. I'd say the safest way is to grab each blade and push in, and then they lock. So now if you were in the field and for whatever reason this did pop open and you don't have your little finger savers, you can still lock it shut. So again, guys, I've shot this into foam targets over and over. Last year I was shooting the G5 mega meats and dead meats, and they're absolutely deadly. I still love them. But practicing with them at distance, because I was heading out west, what I was doing, I was super gluing the blades shut. So I could literally shoot the broadhead I was going to use at 100 yards just to make sure it was doing it exactly what I wanted the head to do. And the dead meats did. They shot exactly the same as my field points. The problem was the super glue would break after 2 or 3 shots into the foam, and I'd pull it back out of the target and I'd be missing a blade or two. So it was like, that kind of sucks. I'd have to go grab a different one, glue it together. I get 2 or 3 shots out of it. I have shot this over and over and over, and it still works perfect. So there's a multitude of things I really like about this as a 2-blade. This point that on here is just unbelievably sharp and strong. I believe the point is made out of titanium. The ferrule is aluminum. And then the blades are 0.35 thickness blades that are like cryogenically frozen before they're sharpened. And it's a German Lux steel. So the blades themselves out of the package are the sharpest blades I have ever seen. So they claim that these blades pop open with 940 miles per hour. Now, I don't know how they figured that out. But what I can say, if I put these little finger savers on tight, now this one is a little bit duller. I would, straight out of the pack, this would be really scary. So now if I push down on the heads and this pops open, God, it's scary. It literally puts lines in my fingers where that opens so hard and so fast. So imagine this on an arrow or a bolt going 280 to, on a crossbow, 400 feet per second, and then making impact. Typically it's the resistance of the skin, the hide, the flesh that pops your blades open. Well, that's still the case. It's the resistance that's going to deploy these blades, but they deploy with force. So the force that these deploy with is unbelievable. I mean, like I said, I still have a dent in my finger here. So this to me is a game changer in the design of a 2-blade. The durability of it is insane. I've pulled this out of the target time after time. The blades are literally bent backwards in this position as I'm ripping it out of the target. Like they're bent all the way up, and they stay there sometimes. Now, of course, they're not staying there. And then I close it, and boom, works perfectly again. So it's totally reusable. And one thing that he does say in a couple of his videos is the only thing that's going to put this broadhead out of commission is blowing through an animal and hitting a rock. That's it. Besides that, guys, you can shoot a deer. If you didn't hit a rock and your blades didn't get smashed from something incredibly hard, you close it and you go hunting again. It's actually like a reusable expandable. Now, there's been some questions about, are there going to be replacement blades? As of right now, not that I'm aware of. It looks like the blades could be replaceable, but there's not replaceable blades yet. But what I want to do right now is just show you, and I'm going to just blast this arrow through the target, rip it out backwards, and show you that, you know, this thing actually can do this. Where any other expandable, when you pull it out of a foam target backwards, you might be able to do it a time or two, but then eventually it's going to break. This has not broke yet. So that is an 80-pound bow, and yes, we were standing close. So it blew all the way through. So it's completely deployed. Giant hole here. Now I'm going to pull it all the way back through backwards. I could just unscrew it and take it off, but just to show you, that's how it comes out. All right. I'll put it back into position, lock it shut, works perfectly. Try doing that with another expandable broadhead. You can't. And this isn't the first time I've done it. That's probably close, I've lost count, guys, but over and over. The last thing I'm gonna do, which I haven't done yet, and I have complete faith that this is gonna make it through, I'm gonna blast right through the steel drum with it. So, again, I'm standing kind of close, but just to show you the durability of this broadhead, which I believe is going to have absolutely no problem right here. That went clean through. So, with this design, the blades are able to fold down when they hit hard bone. So you can see that it's not a 2-inch hole. But it is a big hole. So going through the steel drum, guys, we did lose half a blade. But the ferrule is still perfect. This blade still looks great. But we did lose half a blade on this side. But guys, it's a steel drum. And 90%, actually probably 95% of everything I ever try shooting through here, including multiple fixed blades, it doesn't even make it through one side of the drum, let alone two. So yeah, you could say we lost a blade on one side. But if you look, this hole here, that's still a big hole. So even if we did lose half a blade on the entrance, it still cut one hell of a hole on the exit. So guys, come on in, beast broadheads, we got them.